You're not ascending to godhood, you're just dehydrated. Out of my way, gay boy! I'm about to liberate my divine self from this mortal shell! Hopital? Welcome back, you lovely degenerates! It's me! Eyes! I got more Tumblr. I made it on time for all of you. It's great, ain't it? We're gonna jump right into it right after these disclaimers. All right, so like a bot wrote this obituary, and I'm just losing my mind. Let's take a look. First things first, AI generated image. The orb of fingers summons you forward. She's got those biblically accurate hands. Brenda Trent retired from living at the age of old, surrounded by family and natural causes. A librarian from birth, Brenda was an avid collector of dust. She had a sweetheart and married her high school. Her whole high school. She loved having hobbies and helping her sons to be disadvantaged youths. She had no horses, but thought she did. Are the horses in the room with you, Brenda? The church gave her a choir because she sang like a bird and looked like a bird. And you know what? Brenda was a bird. She owed us so many poems. The funeral will be held in 1977 in heaven. In lieu of flowers, send Brenda more life. I'll see you guys in 1977, I guess. I just want to state that it's literally impossible to pick a favorite line from this because just the entire thing is just gold. 18 new notifications. Oh God, what did I do? Okay, so update. Fun fix, it takes 18 messages to send the entirety of the B-movie script. Who knew? I think censorship should be exclusively reserved for people who use the word waifu. I think the right to free speech just should not extend to people who use the word waifu. Oh yeah? Becomes mute because I said waifu, thinking to myself, oh no, how will I tell Daddy when I need to use the bathroom now? Makes dog squealing noises, hoping that Daddy notices. What the fuck? Exhibit A! If I were a children's show animator, I would just simply not be a pervert. Thanks for your input, toe sucker! Shit, I forgot. So as a heads up, this is just deadass gonna be the funniest thing if you change your URL because you'll be a self-admitted toe sucker. Alright, so a guy here. I was walking a friend home one evening and I mentioned to her that I am quite oblivious about when a girl likes me. I said, a girl could smack me on the head and I wouldn't realize she was into me. And she then smacked me on the back of the head and I responded with, ow! What the hell was that for? I mean, to be fair, he specifically told her that wouldn't work. So I don't know what she was expecting. Top picks for April. Buddy, it's November. Wait. God, why is coding chess so hard? We're already off to a really bad start with him manually printing the board like this. Oh God. Print. Your turn. 1. Player equals input. If player equals oh my fucking God. Programmer finally got turn 7 done. Everyone else, good Lord, what is happening in there? Programming my chess game? Programming chess by manually printing the board, by using if-else statements, running through every possible turn, localized entirely within your hard drive. Yes. May I see it? No. I'm sorry. Desolation Lesbian speaks nothing but the truth in this post. I cannot put into words how much I fucking loathe the fact that when you search for something on YouTube, now it'll just randomly intersperse blocks of people also watched and for you into the results. That's not what I searched for, YouTube. I typed in a search query because I want to see search results, not random unrelated garbage you've placed in my way to apparently either inconvenience me or force me to scroll further for actual results. I despise your wretched little games, and every time I see it, I can only instantly close the tab as I am overcome with the urge to burn something down. I despise your wretched little games. Perfectly conveys how I feel about the entire algorithm attention economy. Oh god, the entire idea of an attention economy is so fucking dystopian, but that's exactly what it is, and it pains me. For me, I notice this the most when I'm like, in bed trying to find some ASMR sounds so I can sleep peacefully at night. But instead, it's like, oh, hey, here's some recommended stuff for you. Top 10 scariest monsters from analog VHS. And the thumbnail is just this fucking, cursed as hell image. And it's like, why? I specifically went out of my way to avoid this shit, and yet here it is. God, I love 90s movies, school bullies more than anything because all their insults were like, hey, dweebush, me and the boys are gonna kick your behind. And then they would just immediately try to commit a prosecutable felony. Just good times, man. I love it when fiction writers who have clearly never tried any kind of alcohol in their lives try to write someone drinking because they're always like, he ordered a tall glass of hard liquor. After 3 large glasses, he was feeling tipsy. Good God. Okay, baby girl, I can't be sure, but I think you just sent this man to the hospital. The amber liquid tasted sweet. Bestie, I can assure you that it did not. Shout out to 15-year-old me for drinking a shot of straight gin and then never trusting fictional accounts of alcohol ever again. I gotta say real quick, beer was so fucking disappointing. My entire life I see everyone drinking it. Has a similar bottle shape to root beer. I mean, hell, it shares a name with it. Then when I finally turn 21 and have my first sip, good fucking Lord, it's piss! You're all drinking piss. It's fermented piss. What kind of beer you want? This piss, or this piss? Oh, I'll take the light craft piss with less carbs and nitrogen instead of carbon. It'll be great. What would the American people do without the courageous perverts of the TSA, risking life and your dignity to bravely pat down that suspicious groin area? I'd be putting coins in my foreskin just to fuck with them. You know what? I have blocked people for far less, but I'll allow this just once. Some fucking Twitter user. The furry community claimed that the sexual element is small. A Google search for furry porn suggests otherwise. Of course adults can do. The car community claimed that the sexual component is small, but a Google search for car porn suggests otherwise. Of course adults can do. Yeah, I mean, just like the economy claims the sexual element is small, but one search for inflation suggests otherwise. You claim Rule 34 in our employee handbook is don't steal office supplies, but a Google search for Rule 34 The Office suggests otherwise. Of course adults can do. That's how I'm gonna read those from now on. I just choked on air. I didn't know that was possible. I can't believe that both Voldemort and Palpatine canonically fucked. Okay, just to clarify, they did not fuck each other. That would be genuinely terrifying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying they both got laid a lot. All right? Who would be the top? I think Voldemort would probably be the top, but Palpatine is so wrinkly. Do you think the process of metamorphosis hurts? Does the transforming creature inside the pupa understand what's happening to it? Do you think they're scared? Do you think they're afraid? Okay, so this is so metal and most would call this poetry, but reasonably, I know from being on this hell site long enough that you're just gay and really into bugs. Oh, sad face. You got me. Okay, so something happened to a friend of mine that I have to describe in green text form because I feel like it's the best medium for the story. Just give me a minute.
1 minute later.
Be me. Yay. Recently out at my first pride. Having a good time. Not JPEG. Someone throws a rainbow rubber ball into the crowd. I catch it. Hear a girl behind me go, "Damn, my dog is gonna be so disappointed you caught that." Turn around. She's holding a leash. There's a guy with a dog collar and a puppy mask on at the end of the leash. And he just says, "I really wanted that ball." Am I about to reignite kink at Pride discourse? Everyone in the comments, run! One time, a woman with her medical alert wiener dog sat next to me on a plane, and her dog kept alerting on me, and she was like, not to be weird, but you should probably get your heart checked out. And that's how I found out I had a mildly irregular heartbeat. I know what you are. Say it out loud. Say it. Mild cardioarrhythmiac. You're telling me a gingerbread this man. It's all right, so this post actually made me consider my mortality. I am going to die one day. Oh my fucking god. Good evening? Question mark? You can't say that a top-grossing artist is feral or making you feral. I mean, you're listening to the Billboard Top 40. You are very much domesticated. That's a stupid-ass take. The fame of the artist doesn't define how it makes you feel. Do you not see me go hog wild eating potatoes? Easily one of the top 5 most well-known vegetables. You and I, we're like shooting stars, you and I, destined to burn up for everyone to see. Also, in the original version of this, I went on about how, like, potatoes are actually a domesticated vegetable. This doesn't make you quirky. And then I realized that I myself have consumed, in front of my family on Thanksgiving, an entire extra large pot of mashed potatoes. So, yeah. I don't even know what to say. When I heard the audio back, I was like, yeah, this doesn't really make me look that good. Maybe I am a goblin. Tragic. 37 clowns were killed today in a devastating one-car pileup. The funeral has only one casket. It's what they would have wanted. Oh my god. Hashtag, this is so sad I might start crying. Pulls out a handkerchief, pulls out a handkerchief, pulls out a handkerchief. So Judas was probably like, Jesus has pulled off so many wacky things. He'll probably get out of this one lickety-split. And I get 3 shiny coins out of it too. And he even gets to kiss him. Just 11 adults are responsible for 60% of requests of banned books from school libraries nationwide, according to a Washington Post analysis of the 2021 to 2022 school year. She challenges one school book a week. She says she'll never stop. Everyone look! It's Censorship George! He's back! Maybe it's Georg. It's Censorship Georg! You don't even deserve regular spelling. This is why an increasing number of libraries are adding a requirement to their challenge policies that challengers must be residents of their service area. Can't just be fucking Censorship Georg coming in and just, no more book for you! Also, genuine fucking question, why are they targeting school libraries? When was the last time a student genuinely checked out a random book they pulled off the shelf? actual question, all right? I submit almost never. But by them going and being like, look what kind of smut they have in the school libraries, do you know what the response is going to be? The students aren't going to go, oh my God, there's what? It's gonna be, oh my God, there's what? Like, what are you doing? You have made a miscalculation of monumental proportions. Also, the school library is the least of your problems. They are 4 characters away from anything they want to see on the internet at any given point. What are you doing? I don't like capitalism and authoritarian structures. You have oppositional defiant disorder. It's in the DSM. What you say is literally insane. So the message of this meme is like good and all, but why is the young person specifically a blushing doomer femboy Wojak in a cropped hoodie? Like, what was the decision-making process here? Oh, see, that's actually quite simple. It's to make it more relatable. What is it that they've sent us? Hope. 5 minutes later. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent you. I don't know what you're talking about. So, you have to admire her audacity, if nothing else. Literally, my favorite thing about Rogue One is that it makes the opening of New Hope just so funny. Like, Vader has followed Leia from a planet he just blew up seconds ago and pursued her across the galaxy, and she's just like, I'm on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. Vader, no, you're a rebel. I just had a fight with your entire rebel fleet and followed you here, straight from the rebels, of which you're a part of. Leia, dramatic gasp. Rebel? Me? I was just passing through diplomatically. Thought it was a 5-spaceship pileup or something going on there. So, Pirates of the Caribbean really introduce an eldritch octopus man who kills indiscriminately and torments the dead as their poster villain. And then you watch the movies and it's like, oh no, actually the worst villain in the series is a small white British man who functions as the herald of capitalism. And that was very, very brave of them. Here's a man so heartless he has literally cut out his own heart out of his chest. But he's still not as evil as the fucking East India Trading Company. So the fact that some people respond to any well-foreshadowed reveal with, that plot twist was so predictable, proves that bad faith criticism has rotted their brains to the point that they think it's bad writing if they can correctly identify information the writers were intentionally giving them. As just like a personal note, if I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this, there are like 2 sides of this. There are the people who can correctly identify information and call a story predictable because they were able to follow the clues of the mystery. Then you got people like J.J. Abrams, where you correctly identify his plot twist. He gets all pouty because you predicted his brilliant plot twist. And then he goes, nuh-uh, and then like writes a worse fucking story. This is what happened with Lost, in theory. It's probably also what fucking happened with the Star Wars saga because Rey had an X-Wing helmet. She had an X-Wing pilot minifigure. She had all these clues that was like Luke's her father. Then everyone correctly predicted, oh, is Luke gonna be her father? No, it's not. I gotta think about this. She's from a nobody. Actually, watch that Nerd Soup video. She's a Palpatine. Yeah, there we go. Like, fuck all these secrets that we gave previously and hinted at. Like how when she touched Luke's lightsaber, she got a force vision of her parents. What does it mean? Nothing. Fuck you for guessing it. This was supposed to be about the audience having bad faith media criticism, but I've had this bone to pick with JJ for a while. I'm building my hamster a whole Metroidvania, probably just for him to suddenly die in. Yo! You're not allowed to come in. It's for the hamsters. Okay, but real talk. If someone doesn't do this business idea, I will. You know those giant playgrounds for kids where it's like these things here, like the fucking like hamster containment zones for kids. Scale these up to adult size and provide alcohol. Oh my fucking God, just have everyone sign waivers This would be so fucking fun. Minus having to probably clean the puke out of the ball pit, but this would be so fucking fun. Mr. Beast, please, I beg of you, please. I don't even want, like, credit for this. I just want this to exist. Please. All I ask is that you give me, like, the first day for free. That's all I want. Please. I just listened to this guy recite pi to 50 digits to some woman on the bus, except I also have pi memorized to 50 digits, and he fucking got all of them wrong. This is funny, bro, but you just admitted to being a nerd. Owned! Yeah, take that. Fucking nerds are done for. Hey, so, like, are you new here? This reminds me of something that has, like, always annoyed me for a majority of my life. I used to know a kid who had the first 100 digits of pi memorized. Legitimately as well. Like, he actually had the first 100 digits fully memorized. We checked on Pi Day. It was a competition to see who had the most digits memorized. There was a kid in the class who was like, actually, you got a 2 and a 5 mixed up. He didn't compete. He didn't list off any digits. He refused to. And also, don't be that kid. If you're that kid, you don't deserve a funeral. No one likes it when you do that. I was yelled at today about this, but how do you pronounce OP, as in original poster? Do you pronounce it OP, the correct way, or OP, the what the hell option? If other, please say in tags. Example phrase, OP, please delete this post. Ha. And the results are... fucking massacred. I do so enjoy watching these strange and unusual creatures post polls thinking that everyone will agree with their perverse ways, only to get ratioed straight into oblivion, where they belong. See, Twitter has become the new place for cringe, not Tumblr. Here's why. Kinda. I mean, we're regressing on sexism issues and LGBT issues. But, like, sex positivity is good, actually. Not with fictional characters! Why? Because they don't have agency. What? When two characters have sex in a story, do you consider that sexual coercion because they're being forced by the writer? Unironically, yes. Unless you are writing something based on your own personal experience and your fictional character is a fictionalized version of yourself, then yes, I see it that way. I hope you guys picked up on the context clues because, it's official.
End stage discourse. End stage discourse. We have arrived at fictional sex is coercive because characters are being forced to do things by the author.
Good fucking lord. So accusing real life people of gay baiting you is just, it's just so funny to me. Like, how is it someone else's fault that you have a bad gaydar? They profited off of ambiguity. They literally just painted their nails and you diagnosed them with fruit. That's on you. Ron fucking Perlman. Pray. I love this man. Pierce Morgan says the next James Bond actor is transgender. He'll actually kill himself. Fucking based. Alright, so Elliot Page has the chance to do the single funniest thing in the history of Hollywood. For those of you who are either face blind or name blind, this is the guy who threatened to burn down the Disney executive's house. Allegedly.
There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, mother.
He also voiced the Lich in Adventure Time.
Fall.
Hey, you made it to the outro. Welcome, welcome. Well, actually, I guess this is technically a goodbye. Anyways, do the liking and subscribing and all of that jazz. Perhaps even become a member. I haven't fleshed the tiers out yet, but when I get time, I promise that I will. Right now, though, you get emotes to use in the comment section and stream, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, later, y'all.